Hey guys, this is Hi with Chaya, and I got a question from a single that I'm going to answer that's so important for you guys to understand. So, we were talking about anger today, and she basically said, sometimes I often don't get angry at other people, but I do get angry at myself. Is that normal? And of course, it is so normal to get angry at yourself. But the question is, what do you say to yourself when you're angry, and why are you getting angry? It's a really important question to honestly ask yourself this over and over again. Why do I get angry at myself? Like, about what? For what? And what do I say to myself when I am angry with myself? So, when you speak to yourself, you are basically using words and images to conjure up your thought processes and your stories about who you are and what you expect of yourself. See if you can break down what words, the exact words that you are using, and the exact images that you are seeing when you're angry with yourself. If you can break this down where you have a clear understanding of who you are, you can change it. And you can replace those words with kind words, and you can make that image go smaller and smaller and smaller until it doesn't exist big in your mind. And then replace it with a happy memory of you feeling connected and protected and doing the right things, and an anchoring moment of when you were very successful in your life, and that you know that you're doing so good and you're working so hard and everything happens in the right time. When we get angry at ourselves, we have an expectation of our behavior. We have an expectation of where we think we need to be, or what we need to be doing, or what we did wrong. But we have to stop comparing ourselves. The only person we should compare ourselves to is our future self, and say, who do I want to become? And am I there now? Do I want to become a critical person who gets angry at myself regularly? Or do I want to forgive quickly and find the good in me every day? Do I want to feel like a loving, powerful person because I know how to protect myself and forgive myself rapidly so I can know how to do that with others? Or is my future self critical and gets angry with myself because I'm very judgmental on who I am and what I need to be doing or being doing more of? When you get into your own head to understand how you think and the words you choose, you can start replacing them, because while getting angry at yourself happens, it's not abnormal. It doesn't have to be your normal. It doesn't have to be your norm. It doesn't have to be something that happens in your life. Like, getting angry with myself was something I used to do all the time. Now it almost never happens. And if it happens, I know that means I need a nap, or I need to sleep, or something's wrong and I need to figure out what that is. But I don't stay in my anger. I know that my anger is an expression of something wrong physically with me. And I learn how to like move my body or change my mood, but I don't stay in my anger. I don't get angry with myself anymore. I'm not trying to compare myself to anyone or anything that I think is better or more worthy of love than me. So let's all focus on loving ourselves, on being kind to ourselves, and on finding that compassion, getting to know our stories, getting off medications, getting off of people or things or therapists or rabbis or pastors that aren't our voice. We have to start not being addicted to hearing other people's opinions and start hearing our own, not being addicted to medication, but knowing we have a big and most powerful power of our own minds. It is a real important thing to figure out your hormones, to figure out your deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, hormone deficiencies, and work from yourself to yourself, not take pharmaceuticals that are destroying us without the right ways of figuring out who we are and how we can benefit from loving ourselves, and what that looks like, what we eat, how we exercise, how often we eat, what we put into our bodies. Let's take a lot more power back into being proud of ourselves. And when you're proud of yourself for the way you talk to yourself, for the way you treat yourself, for the way that you eat, for not being on medications you don't need to be on, for not speaking to people who aren't exactly where you need to be, then, once you're proud of yourself on a daily, you develop a relationship where you can hear and trust yourself, and that anger doesn't exist. Once you have a healthy relationship with compassion for yourself, as well as pride in what you do and your life you're living, and how much you're in control of your mind, there's a lot. It takes away the anger that can come up from being from you to you. And also develop a healthy relationship with God. Once you see yourself more from God's eyes, you'll see how He's only love. God is only love and loving you. And if you're hard on yourself, then just switch visions and switch lenses to God's lens, who loves you, who sees you as whole, who sees you as perfect, who sees you as never deserving of abuse, but only good. So treat yourself with only good, practice that. Create a routine where you add things into your practice. And I will see if you have any more questions on expert dating advice on how to go from to epic in love. Send me that DM comment. I want to hear from you guys. I love you so much. Thanks for your question. And let's go. Keep going.